What is going on, guys? Welcome to Stock Talk with Nico Criticos. Today, we are going to be taking a look at Qualcomm stock because the stock is down over 6%. It looks like Qualcomm and Apple will not be doing business like they have been because Apple will be making their own modems or their own chips or whatever, and they're not going to need Qualcomm as much, at least anymore. So, in the last year or so, typically 10% of Qualcomm's revenue comes from Apple. So this is going to hurt Qualcomm's business a decent amount, but it looks like Qualcomm is still at the forefront of things as far as technology, AI, and Internet of Things goes. So I don't think they're going to have a lot of trouble. They work with a lot of companies like Samsung. They work with all the different companies for vehicles, computers, everything. So I still like this company. I think they have a good product, a good industry, and as long as their technology is at the forefront of things, they shouldn't have a problem making up for that revenue. And so it looks like they're going to be doing close to $11 EPS this year and then $12 at least next year. So on a PE ratio basis, we can see that right now it's roughly at 18 times trailing earnings. When things get really bad, it gets to about a 9.5. And then when things get really bullish, you could say it goes to 25 to 30 times. But typically it's right around, we'll say 18 or so, right? 18. So I would say next year, the stock should be roughly $216 based off of a fair valuation. Now, with the stock where it is right now, we are looking at paying 14 times earnings for this year's earnings, which is not a lot. I mean, that's cheap no matter what we're talking about here, but they're growing 9% and then 7%, 6% next year. So not a lot. This is not, I wouldn't call this a high growth company, especially considering that they are going to be losing business from Apple, right? So that's not good. But how I said, as long as the technology is there, they're working with other customers, they're in a huge growth industry. And so there shouldn't be a lot of problems here. But right now you're paying 14 times for this year's earnings, and then you are paying 12 or 13. So we'll say 13 times earnings roughly. And that's where it would look on this chart. That's how cheap you're getting the stock right now. You're getting it at 13 times earnings, which is right there. Pretty much cheaper than 90% of the time in the last 7 years, right? So that's already a bullish thing right there. That already makes me want to buy the stock a little bit. I don't know if it's enough to make me make a huge position right now, but I'm going to think about it. I might start a position tomorrow, sometime this week, something like that. If the stock were to drop to, let's say, 11 or 10 times earnings, then it would be a great opportunity. If this stock gets to anywhere near 120, I would happily be buying the stock at 120. But we're not there yet. So if I were to start buying a position in this, it'd be a small position, and then I'd work my way up as the stock goes down. If the stock goes up, well, great, then I make money. But that's kind of the way I'm looking at this. It's definitely an interesting play right now. Um, and I gotta probably do some more research, think about it, compare it against other stocks that I'm thinking about buying, and then we'll see what happens. But that is all for today. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.